everybody, Antiquated Misfit here, and it is time for another WIP and Chat. I know I don't do these often. I don't know, I guess it's just like letting people into my life. Well, I better get used to it because I'm on YouTube now, or I choose to be. This is what I choose. So, we're gonna work on Bruno the Stained Glass Pug. I know I didn't do a month in review last month, and I will have one up for this month. The reason is I took a break from diamond painting. I had to. I felt like I was putting way too much pressure on myself to get too much done. My goal for the year is to get 6 diamond paintings out of my stash and done for the Refresher Stash Challenge. And I've already gotten 6 from January, February, and March, because I had 2 for each one of those months. Also, the weather was getting nice, and I wanted to actually go outside and do my giant puzzle, which I have been working on, and it is coming along very well. And of course, in March, I was also waiting for my new diamond painting tool, which I'm using right now. This is the diamond painting window. It comes from ko-fi.com / the diamond brush. I will link that in the description. It comes with 2 dividers in case you don't want to work a full window section, which I believe Chris said it's about 2.5 sections from the Diamond Art Club. Now these are for the newer canvases, so mine on the edge is a little bit cut off or lower, or I don't know how to put that. It's not exactly on the line. But it comes with 2 of these, one that goes this way so you can make a section any size that you want, and one that goes long ways. So I don't have the long ways one on me right now. I believe that's in my other storage. Anyway, I'm going to move, so this is going to probably shake the camera. But I love these diamond painting tools, and this is an older kit. Like I said, it's Bruno the Stained Glass Pug. It is actually archived. And he's a beautiful, and I do mean absolutely beautiful, pug. And I have been making some very, very good progress with him this month, especially since I didn't start working on him until like the middle of the month. So all the progress in my last videos you've seen, that's it. I stopped completely. It's like I said, I was putting way too much pressure on myself to get as much done as quickly as possible, and that's diamond painting's not worth it if you're not going to enjoy it. And me, I want to enjoy it. I want to sit there and say, yes, I accomplished this. So anyway, and let's go to personal life first. I moved back into the building April 15th or April 14th for my job, and I have a completely horrible job of loading trucks, which I get sick in the heat, so there's that. I've been getting sick almost every day that I go into work, and most of the time, well, I shouldn't say most of the time, 2 days a week I end up working the truck by myself because they send the other person home. And that's his choice. He's allowed to go home. And they have sent me help, but the help that they send me, it's like, you know, why bother? I might as well just do the truck myself. It's easier that way. Oh, and I know I talked about the Refresher Stash Challenge that Lisette Crafts and Tells is doing. I finally ordered something for that. I got my Refresher Stash pen. I'm just gonna turn it around. I love it. It's not as chunky as the one I got from Pure Bliss Wax Company, which this is, I want to say February or March box. This is the dragon box. I love dragons. I have a lot of problems with my hands holding on to things, and this is just perfect, this chunky pen. I also won a prize for the Draw with Sprangler event. I did finally order something. It said it was set to be shipped out April 30th. I do not know if it has ever been shipped because I haven't gotten an update. I'm still waiting for it, and it is now June 1st I'm recording this. So there's that. Hi Dobby, what you doing? Alright, bye. She's very vocal. I'm sure you'll hear her talk eventually. It's my son's cat. So yeah, and I'm in a lot of pain all the time because I liken it to throwing a 20-inning baseball game for both teams and walking every player. So that's a lot of pitches, and I work on a high volume truck, which they don't seem to understand. You know, my body's not built for that. I'm getting too old. Arthritis is setting in. I'm afraid I'm going to tear my rotator cuff, which is something I really, really don't want to do because that's like one of the people that works in the truck with me, or the other person that works in the truck with me, I should say. Not one of the other people. He is the only other person. Tore both of his rotator cuffs, and it was a 6-month stay out of work, which they paid for because, you know, they're the ones that did it. But at the same time, I really don't want to file workman's comp and have to deal with that, but I feel that that's what's going to have to happen. They did move me for about a week, and it was great because I was finally sleeping again. I don't sleep anymore because I'm in so much pain, so I get about 40 minutes of sleep a night. So as you can tell, I've been able to get a lot of diamond painting done because if I can't sleep, I'm not going to lay in bed and just hope that it comes to me. It doesn't. So there's that. But yeah, now I'm back in the truck, which is not a good position for me, but hey, work's work. It's a job. I'm just there for the medical insurance, you know. No, I really shouldn't say that because I'm not. I couldn't sit at home. I'd go stir crazy. Let's see what else. Oh, there was also an event. It was kind of a friends and family event going on that it was run by one of my boyfriend's friends, and we went, and they were doing it was a show. They all brought guitars and musical instruments and played, sang songs. I didn't get any video or pictures, and I really, really wish I had, because one of the people that performed, actually everybody that performed, was very talented. I have no talent. But one of them, she was hilarious. She sat in a box and played the guitar because she has horrible stage fright, she says. And being in the box made her feel comfortable. And everybody's like, well, you know, everybody else thinks out of the box. She's the only one thinking in the box. And I'm sitting there thinking, no, she's actually the only one thinking out of the box by sitting in the box and performing. But she was very talented. The song was great. I mean, she has a beautiful voice. She did very, very well. And I kind of wish she performed more than one song. But we didn't stay the whole time because I was getting tired and hungry. And my boyfriend was getting tired and hungry. So about 8 o'clock we left. And the event started at 5, I think it was. Like, nobody even showed up until 6:30. I was able to give away my diamond painting to the one friend that I wanted to give away a diamond painting to. I got to show my diamond paintings off too. I brought the 6 that I have to go into storage. They're all rolled up in a pool noodle and in a Diamond Art Club box. Which also I have another Diamond Art Club haul that I want to show as well. And that will be in a video in the future. Because I'm kind of waiting for another one that I got, which I'm pretty sure is not licensed, but it's coming from a company over in China. I saw it on a Facebook page. It's a Pokemon one. And I saw it on a Facebook page, and I'm like, oh, I need that. So somebody had the good fortune or the good sense to ask where she got it from, where this person got it from, and they put the website up, and I looked at it. I'm like, I need that. I need that. Plus, I have a couple coming from Preston Place, a new to me company. I am also working on a Dreamer Design, which is a new to me company as well. I will do a full review on that one when I'm done with the project. I really don't work on it that much, and there's a very good reason for that. I work on it when I'm doing laundry every 2 weeks, so it's only for like 20 or 30 minutes, but it's not a big painting either, so you'll understand when you see it. But right now I've made some really good progress. I've went from being only about 2 rows down in Bruno to being almost done. I have like 3 rows left to do. So there's that. I had issues with my computer in recording when I was doing a video game, My Time at Portia. Check it out if you like video games and like what is it? There's a name for it. Apocalyptic or after the apocalypse type games. Because that's what My Time at Portia, My Time at Sandrock is. My Time at Evershine is coming out this year. I can't wait. It's going to be epic. I'm going to be playing that like there's no tomorrow, I'm sure. Let's see, what else is going on in my personal life? I don't think too much, at least nothing interesting that I can think of. I have no trips planned because, well, I have no money to take a trip. I have no vacation time to take a trip. I am taking a trip at the end of June for my birthday. My son's taking me to the shore. So I can't wait for that. I have a few days coming off because my mother's having surgery. It's an outpatient surgery, but she's been having problems with her heart. So we're hoping this fixes that. But she has 2 of them scheduled. One for mid-June, one for the beginning of July. And in case y'all are wondering, my mother and I do live in the same house, in the same place. It's strategic because at the time she didn't have the money to actually have her own place, you know, be able to pay rent and all that, and now she does. So, but we still live together, we work together. There's 4 of us that live in my house. It's 3 generations. I think it's kind of neat. I mean, that's just me, but I like the generational things. And what have I been watching? That's another thing. I know last time I was on a WIP and Chat, I was talking about watching like a childhood TV show that I used to watch, Blossom. I don't know if I ever told you what it was, but that's the name of it, was Blossom. And I was watching it, and I'm realizing she just, you know, back then I thought she was cool and kind of like what every teenager was, and looking back on it as an adult, you know, like 40 years later. Let's see, that was on tonight in 95, I think. Yeah, about 40 years later. Or is it 30? I don't know. My brain's not mathing today, and I'm usually pretty good at math. I look at it and I'm like, she was just a spoiled brat. You know, like if I was her father, I would have kicked her ass from here to Timbuktu. But, you know, that's just me. And I'm sorry for using the foul language. I try not to do that on videos, especially when I'm talking to people that may be younger. But and again, you kind of have to think they're hearing it somewhere. They either hear it at school, kids hear it at school, kids hear it from their friends. I mean, you really don't know. As a parent, you really don't know where your kids hear things from, but you know they hear them. And just an objective on my parenting style. My daughter, when she was about 10, used to like to play Grand Theft Auto. And my thought was, if she wants to play Grand Theft Auto Vice City, which is, in my opinion, one of the worst ones to play because of the language and some of the things that you can do, you know, in the game. It's like, if she wants to play it, I'd rather her play it with me monitoring it or her father monitoring it and teaching her, you know, basically why you shouldn't do this or why you shouldn't do that. It's okay in the video game, but not in real life. If we didn't, I had a feeling she'd just go to one of her friends' houses and play it. So that was the whole thing with everything that my kids did. If they wanted to do it, I was fine with it as long as they did it at home under supervision. My son's actually surprised that I knew about some of the things that he did after my divorce when, you know, he was the only child I had custody of. My daughter stayed with my ex-husband. He was actually surprised that I knew of some of the stuff that he did. And he's like, how did you know that? And I'm like, I'm a mother. I know. But you can't really punish somebody for doing something, especially if it's in your own home and you've encouraged them to do stuff like that that could be remotely dangerous at home. Although he wasn't really doing anything remotely dangerous. It was like kids experiment with drinking. He figured out he doesn't really like beer, so that's good. Now he's 25, so we go out and we have fun. You know, we'll go over to Applebee's across the street and have a couple of drinks, him and I, and it's okay. Like I said, it's across the street, so we can either walk, we can take the car, we can have somebody drive us, but we always make sure that, you know, one of us isn't impaired, so that, well, usually me because he doesn't have his license. Everything he needs is within walking distance, so he hasn't bothered to get his license yet. And I'm like, you're gonna need that eventually. But now he's talking about moving to Florida, and he's definitely going to need his driver's license for that. So I don't want to see him go, but such is life. Kids grow up, they leave. That's what they're supposed to do. He's at work now, so I can talk about him. And he's a good kid, so I trust him. I have this light on my canvas, and it's not really helping. But I don't have any natural light to do this with, which really stinks. That's why I go outside and do my puzzle, because I have natural light out there. I have it. He bought me a gazebo. So I go out there with a couple of boxes that I made instead of buying foam core. I had him bring home a couple of boxes, big boxes I could tape together, so I had a tray. Not a tray, like a platform for this giant puzzle, which I've done the measurements. It's a little bit over 6 feet by 4 feet when it's all together. So I figured, you know, about 3.5 foot by 4 foot should be fine. So I taped boxes together to make that happen, and I still came up short. Don't know how I came up short on that one, but I have more boxes so I can fix that. Which I know I'm never going to take off like Karen Puzzles did with the giant puzzles, but I love giant puzzles. My whole thing is go big or go home. That's my thing on life. So when I mod games, go big, go home. That's it. I'm going to mod it to the point where my computer is going to be so bogged down that it's not going to move. It's just going to flat out crash all the time or overheat. And that's my bad. But if I ever do anything, it's always to the extreme. I don't try to walk first. I run. I jump into the deep end without knowing how to swim. Which is why on my channel I'll say we fly by the seat of our pants here. Nothing's ever planned. Nothing's ever scripted. The best moments are unscripted anyway. I don't really think there's anything else in my life that I want to share or that I can share. Oh, I didn't even get a diamond. How nice. I know I'm going like pretty slow with this, but this is a lot of blue. And this one actually has a lot more opportunity for multi-placing than I thought it would. I thought this, because of it being a design like this, stained glass design, it was going to be pure confetti. I was really, really wrong. There are quite a lot of opportunities for color blocking in here, or multi-placing. Excuse me, I've been sleeping with the windows open and my sinuses are all congested, so I'm going to be having the sniffles a little bit. I can't breathe. But I would like to do a project the way Riot Page does, from beginning to end, and then just show the whole process. But oh, excuse me. That snuck up on me. Every project I have is huge, which I really got to get another video up, because I really, really do want whatever viewers I have voting on which project they want to see me do next, because I don't want to do something that's of no interest to somebody or to the people that are watching. So I want to take votes, and I don't care if only one person votes. I'll let you know which projects are the big ones that I'm going to do and which ones are the little ones that I want to do. I mean, I have an idea for one that I want to do now, right after this one, and it is another huge one, and it is one of my most intimidating projects. And I do believe the principal painter just finished this one. It's Terrarium Beneath the Sea, but she blinged it up, and it looks gorgeous. I am not going to do that. I'm just going to go with the charted. That's all I ever do. I don't know why. I just don't have the courage to bling up my projects. I have a fear that they're going to turn out horribly, and I'm not going to be able to fix it. Let's see, what else is there? Like I said, I just did another Diamond Art Club haul. I bought 4 paintings because I had enough points to get like a really, really good coupon on that I wanted to use. I have some notifications up for things that are sold out. I know I started saying about giving a friend the diamond painting that I'd wanted to give him for a while. He has a podcast. I'm not sure what his podcast is called, and he's a friend by association, but he's becoming my friend as well. So I had this one called Game Night, I think it was. It was dragons playing Dungeons and Dragons, or as I call it, since you had fairies and frogs in there, frogs and fae folk. But the premise is there. You had the dungeon master, and you had the dice and the pieces and the game. So yeah, I finally got to give that to him, which he was like, seeing it in person was just so much better than I think he expected, because he did see pictures of it. We sent him pictures, like, this is what it looks like, and he's like, that looks awesome. So, because that's going to get framed and be in the back of my podcast. Okay, cool, I'm good with that. I can't wait to see it, because I might actually start. He does podcasts about games. He's a gamer, so I can't wait. I really do want to see some of his podcasts, but I don't know if I can go back. I don't know if you have to be online to watch them. Like, I don't know if he has them in VOD form, is what I'm trying to say. If he doesn't, that stinks for me. I'll never be able to go see him, and I'm usually asleep by the time people go live. Like, I know with Mindy's Diamond Moment, every time she's live, I'm going to sleep. Same thing with the live from Houston from the Principal Painter. I'm already asleep when I'm supposed to be asleep when she's live. I'm not always. Like I said, I sleep for about 40 minutes a night now that I'm in so much pain from doing the job that I'm doing. And everybody's telling me, just get a doctor's note, just get a doctor's note. Tell them you can't do that. I'm like, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to do the job that I'm assigned. I'm not going to like it, but I'm going to do it. And that's fine. But I usually put them on the watch later list on YouTube. And generally when I'm diamond painting, I'll watch that, or I'll listen to it while I'm in work. So, I mean, with lives, you don't really, if they're just talking, they're not really doing anything, I can just listen to it and use it as a podcast, which is generally what happens, except for the crochet live that Mindy's Diamond Moment does. I love the crochet lives because I also crochet, if you saw that on my channel. I do have to do another, like, kind of tutorial, I guess, because I did one I started a baby blanket, and I kind of want to show the other stitch, because I think I only did the single crochet. I want to show a double crochet, how to do a double crochet on that. And when I'm done my mother's blanket, which it's getting too warm to work on again, my bad. When I'm done my mother's blanket, I do want to start one on the channel where that's all I do is that one, and you can see it from start to finish. You can follow along if you want. I'll explain the different stitches that you use. I have 2 books of 101 patterns, and I think that would be the most awesome thing to do. But then again, I like crafts. I always have. I guess that's where my artistic nature comes from. I used to be able to draw. I can't really draw anymore. I've lost my touch for it. But that is, again, a story for another time. It's not my fault. It is due to somebody else, and you shouldn't ever let anybody else dictate to you what you can and cannot do. Especially if it's something that brings you joy. It's a hobby. And I used to draw all the time, and I think I was pretty good. I wasn't great at it, but if I saw a picture, I could copy it pretty well, like to the point where I was doing one in school one time. We were doing iron-ons for t-shirts, so we had to get a white t-shirt, and the idea was that teacher's idea was take a comic strip and you're going to draw that comic strip and we're going to put it on a t-shirt for you. Everybody was amazed at how good mine was. Now mine was not the best in there. There was another guy, there's the boy in the class that he was really talented and I am really jealous, but he was so good. His picture was, he didn't even bring in a comic book. He drew from memory, or that's a comic strip. He drew from memory Transformers, and they had so much detail, and I kind of felt bad that some people were gushing over mine and his looked epic, like completely and totally epic. But they gushed over his as well, because his was really, really good. It was somebody I went to grade school with, so I really don't remember the name. Even if I did, I wouldn't share it online anyway, but it's just the point of the thing. I want to give credit where credit is due, so if he sees this, he did an awesome job. Loved it. I doubt anybody I know will ever see my videos. It's just fun to think about. And I was actually told that I should put up my diamond painting on Instagram because there's not really a market for it over there. And I'm like, really? Because everywhere I look, I'm seeing diamond paintings on everywhere. Like, I haven't really checked Instagram. I don't have an Instagram. I'm kind of not much into social media, if that makes sense. I have Facebook. Am I ever on Facebook? No. I have YouTube. Do I make many videos? As you've seen, no, I don't, because it's kind of, they're few and far between. So I'm still trying to get into the groove of things. I'm still trying to see what works and what doesn't. And so far, a lot of what I do doesn't work. But I'm not giving up either, because there's not much else I can do that hasn't, you know, already been done or isn't on somebody else's channel. So there's that. But I do watch a lot of people. I see what they do, how they do it. And I'm not trying to copy them, although I might use some of their stuff, but I will always give them credit for it as well. And also, anybody who sees this that watches The Principal Painter, I don't know if you saw the one video that she did about her secret mission, going to Walmart and picking up the Sparkle Pals. I want to say I'm very upset with Diamond Art Club. Every Walmart in my state and the 2 of the 3 surrounding states, the last one would have taken me like 4 hours to get to, not a single Walmart, not one, carried Sparkle Pals. Not a one. And I looked at every Walmart in my state. I was even willing to travel the 3 hours north in my state to get these exclusive Toy Story Sparkle Pals. And that's the only place you can get them is at Walmart. Their store locator had one of them that was actually only about 30 minutes from where I work. I went there to go get them. They don't carry them. They never did. They said, well, maybe it's still coming in. I'm like, no, this event ends tomorrow. I was there on Saturday. So, no, this event ends tomorrow. So, and it ran all month. So if you were going to get them, you would have had them in at the beginning of the month. So, yeah, I missed out on that, Diamond Art Club. Thanks a lot. You made a contest exclusive to only the people that have Walmarts that carry Sparkle Pals. And like I said, not a single one in my state or the 2 surrounding states that are only like 2 hours away or an hour away to get to had them. The other one's like a 4-hour drive both ways, and I can't spend 8 hours in a car. I hate driving. I know they had a no purchase necessary on there where you could just like mail in a card for each entry, and you were allowed 5 entries. You could just mail in a card, but I wanted Buzz and Woody, the Sparkle Pals. What's mailing in the card going to get me? It's not going to get me those Sparkle Pals. And the prize was wonderful. The prize was 7 free canvases, 1 a month for the next 7 months. And they could be any size, your choice. Not that I would have won anyway, but you know, it was just, I like to go into things to try. Yeah, I wouldn't have won, I know that, but you know, the way my luck goes though, if anything good ever does happen to me, which nothing good ever happens to me, and if it does, I pay dearly for it. I really do. I got some bad mojo going on. But, que sera. I didn't even have family in any of the other states that could have gotten me one in time, or gotten me 5 in time. I was going to put in my 1 receipt for the other prize. They were running another contest to double your points if you won. I don't really care about that prize. That to me is not a good prize to get. I buy so much from Diamond Art Club. I don't need to have my points doubled ever. I mean, granted, I'm back at like 2,000 points now because I just used like 20,000 points to get a good coupon, which I think I only paid for 2 diamond paintings out of the 4 that I bought. So, like I said, not all bad, but I buy from them so much I really don't need the double points. Let me do the AB. I just wish the prize was better. And I know they only had 1 grand prize in the 7 canvases. But it would have been nice to have at least entered the contest for it. I didn't get the chance because, like I said, I'm blocked out of Sparkle Pals. I even sent them an email. They never even got back to me. I've sent emails Diamond Art Club before. They absolutely never get back to me. Oh, another D-stash. You hear my notifications going off. I have D-stash notifications on because there's a certain diamond painting I'm looking for that has been archived a while ago, and Raya Page had done it on her channel, which I've been looking for ever since I saw her first video on it. It's Cupboard Kittens. I want that painting so bad. I mean, I'm not willing to pay like $300 for it, but if I can find it on a D-stash at a decent price, I would love it. And I think some of the other ones in my wish list have also been archived now, and I've had the notify me on for so long, and they just never refilled or restocked or whatever. So I'm gonna end up having to use my Treasure Quest cards for custom paintings. I think you can get archived kits for your custom. It's just the thing is, it's not going to be on the new canvases. It's going to be the old canvases and the old drills, and you know, all the old stuff, but I don't care. As you can see, I'm working with older drills now. My ABs have numbers lower than 150. As you can see, this is, I don't know if it's the right way, 120. I'm just going to turn it around. And I have 4 ABs. So I got 120, 128, 132, and 135. Now they're noted by AB and a number, but so obviously I don't mind working older kits. I actually find it quite therapeutic to work the older kits as well, because then you see how much things have changed and you kind of appreciate how well these companies like Diamond Art Club, for example, do their canvases. I can't say the same for Dreamer Designs, but like I said, I'll have a review when I finally finish that one, which is getting to be almost done. I actually really don't have, I think I have like 4 colors left to do on it, which I should get at least 2 done this week when I do laundry. At least I hope to get 2 colors done. We'll see. Ooh, I have a diamond on me. That had to be from Purnell. I was working on Purnell this morning because I was the first one up in my room. My boyfriend was still asleep, or at least I thought he was. He woke up not long after me. I was able to get the coffee brewing before he woke, which means I was up for all of 30 seconds. I need to get one of those blotch pads for this. And his car's back in the shop again. Same problem that he had last time. His car is like the max air inflow was I guess it stopped working. The car was jerky, the check engine light was on, you would hit the gas and it wouldn't accelerate, and then all of a sudden it would just like jump forward, and it felt like it was going to stall constantly. Well, we thought we had it fixed, but apparently not, and it ran fine for me on Saturday when I had to take it into work, but he just had to take it back to the shop today because, you know, it's not working again. It's doing the same thing. And unfortunately, the shop that he keeps insisting on taking this car to, I feel only does half the job every time you have the car in there. I mean, I took my car there. I had a Chevy Blazer, it had spider injectors. He told me 2 of them were bad, but all 6 of them were going. I told him to change all 6 of them. They only changed the 2. And I'm like, well, that didn't do me any good. Well, it didn't matter anyway, because not long after I got the car back, the transmission went. So it's like, okay. Guess I'm not spending any more money on this. And I haven't owned a car since. Although that is a lie. My mom's car is in my name. She pays for it, but it's in my name. Look, this is as close to multi-placing as I get. I love when I can show something like that. And that's the second time I've had it with these ABs on this shoot. Usually I have a lot more, but on this shoot it was only the 2. But yeah, that's how I multi-place. I might actually try multi-placing again. now that I have a bigger pen, and this doesn't hurt my hands. So I mean, the Refresh Your Stash pen doesn't really hurt my hands. I use that a lot on this canvas itself, but I just needed a break. I needed something chunkier, and I can't wait for the one, my medium pen to come from Craspirations. That way I can take a picture of it, show it off on the Facebook group that, hey, this is my prize, I got it. So I'm hoping that comes soon. And of course I'll show it on the channel when I get it too. But for now, it's just I gotta wait and see, I guess. Oh, I might need another bag of these before this is up. Yeah, I have a couple of bags of this one, because they have a lot of this AB in here. So I do have another Most Intimidating kit, and it's kind of a dark kit, which you'll see when you see my What's in My Stash video. It's called Crow's Corner. I got that in Terrarium Beneath the Sea for Black Friday, and oh my, not only are they both huge, but they have a lot of colors. And especially Crow's Corner is a little bit intimidating because of how dark it is. But I can't wait to get to it at the same time. So I'm kind of hoping people will vote on this to tell me what to do next. That way I don't have to rack my brain and decide, or put it on a spinner wheel or a random counter. Because that's what I've been doing. I'm trying to decide which ones to do. I'm not doing too good at that. I have to put in a random number generator and decide that way. This one was decided for me because I couldn't send it to the person I wanted to send it to due to shipping and tariffs and different charges. Because shipping it to her, even though I could drive to the border of the country that she's in, it would have cost more than the painting itself. And I said I could drive to the border of the country that she's in, but I don't know where in that country she is. So it might be that I'd have to drive across country, in my country, the US, and you know, she could be in Nova Scotia in Canada for all I know. So even offering to do that wasn't even going to be a feasible idea. Although I would have loved to have gotten this to her in some way, shape, or form. I'm running out of things to talk about. Could always talk about these gems. I really do not like ABs or working with ABs. I'd rather fairy dust, electro, you know, all those. Because these ABs, a lot of them do not have that coating on them that make them sparkle. I'll show you in my tray in just a minute. But I don't know if you can see real well, but in my tray, not all of these ABs have the AB. glitter, I guess. I'm gonna call it glitter because that's what it looks like to me. It looks like there's glitter encased in these gems. Not all of them have that on them. And it's been a pretty good bit so far that hasn't. That's just like one of the older paintings that I worked the last time, the last review I did. I had fairy dust gems that had no fairy dust on them at all. Not a single fairy sprinkled their dust. Alright, let's see here. I shouldn't have to dig far. No, I don't. This is it. And no, I don't open up all of my bags at once. I do that for a reason. The kit that I'm using only has 60 vials, and one of these little tiny vials, as you can see, it doesn't really hold much. Ooh, hair. Yay. I shed. I end up with hair everywhere. And if it's not me, it's one of the cat's hairs. I have a shedding brush for them. I brush them. And you can brush a cat until the cows come home. You will always, always be pulling hair off of them. There's never a time that you will not be pulling hair off of them. I would have suspected they'd be bald by the time you were done, but no. They just have more hair and more hair and more hair. And it's been so warm here that one of my cats looked like he was melting right by the air conditioner, just laying there, melting. Poor baby. I don't know what to do for him. He's getting old too. He's almost, my boyfriend says he's almost 14. But I do believe he's almost 15 from the... He was looking at when his cat was born. See, he got his cat from a neighbor. And said he was born on July 13th, 2011. And he thought he was born in 2012. So the cat may be going on 14 years old. He's my old boy, but he still plays like a kitten. I mean, he's pretty big, pretty stocky. And when he plays, he's really rambunctious. He's funny. He chases shadows, hits the wall. Well, anyway, I think that's going to be enough for today. I think I've really kind of taken up enough of your time with my prattle and my meaningless gibberish, and usually I come up with some really weird stuff, but today I guess my brain's not in it. My brain's not functioning. We're gonna have to wait and see what happens. And I do have to get a couple more videos recorded while I have the chance. Because I have it nice and quiet in the house right now, so I can actually record a couple of videos. So this one will be up on Wednesday, so I'm going to say hello for Wednesday. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a WIP It Wednesday, a WIP and Chat Wednesday. Because Diamonds and Washi does Monday morning, and whereas morning is great for me, I generally have people that are in and out talking to me constantly, and all I want is silence when I come home from work. And yes, it is a Monday. I don't work on Mondays. It's a Monday when I'm recording this, so it's a surprise that I actually have silence today. for as long as I've had it, I've never, ever for this long had silence enough to record. Which is another reason why my videos are really few and far between, because getting the quiet that I need to record, even though people know I'm recording, it just doesn't stop. Hey, I gotta go out. You need anything? Hey, do you need anything? No, I'm good. Hey, you want to go to the store with me? No, not really. You can tell I don't like going out, right? I like going out, but I don't like going out. It's like the area that I live in, I've been everywhere. I'm tired. I'm bored. I don't want to go to the same places over and over and over again. Just a funny thing. Anyway, I will let y'all go, and don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and comment below. Give me your opinion on Terrarium Beneath the Sea or Crow's Corner. You can look those up. You can see what they look like. I don't know where they are in my stash right now to dig them out. But yeah, let me know what you think about doing one of those next. If you happen to know what they look like, or can look them up and see what they look like. Or if there's something else in my stash when I do my what's in my stash video. So, it's Antiquated Misfit signing off, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!